Welcome back, folks, to FlashPoint Weekend Update. So for this week, the two big news are the release of the Frontline game mode on the Sandbox server, as well as the schedule to the launch of 9.18 onto the live server. Now as for Frontline, it was a very fun mode. I quite enjoyed it, but it shows you the actual difference or the metamorphosis between tank doctrines or designs of World War II to the modern day era. So basically what I mean is, heavy tanks are obsolete. Vehicles like the Type 5, the Mouse, compared to vehicles like the Patton, the T-29 or the T62As, super obsolete because you get picked off across the map with the view range of other vehicles like light tanks or medium tanks, as well as high penetration shells. Yeah, high explosive anti-tank shells or high penetration APCR shells. And later on APDS, AP fin stabilized discarding sable, whatever. So heavy tanks are obsolete. You need to have composite armor or reactive armor to deal with high penetration shells, which is not in the game, so that sucks. But it also goes to show you that Mr. Sven Burgess, the designer of the S-Tank, really knows what he's doing. So the S-Tank is actually amazing in this game mode because the camouflage rating, the speed and maneuverability, as well as the gun and shooting across the map. So it's doing what this tank is designed to do, and this mode is more of a simulation than the actual normal matches on the live server. It's still arcadey for sure, so it's not like realistic simulation, but it's a little bit more accurate, so I do quite like it. But you don't play heavy tanks, you don't play large vehicles like the Type 5, the Mouse, the E100. Those are not really useful. You want to play fast heavy tanks or mediums like the Cranvon, T110E5, the AMX-50Bs, because their mobility. You need to cover large areas of the map. So vehicles like the T95, nope. Unless you press the J, but you're still too slow in my honest opinion. So yeah, it's a pretty fun mode. I quite enjoyed it. Now as for 9.18, it will be released on the North American server next Tuesday, so April 18th. Russian servers are getting it a week later, presumably the same with EU, and Asian servers are getting it 2 weeks afterwards. So yeah, 2 weeks after North America, but we're going to be the lab rat for this patch, so it's controversial. Some people agree, some people don't agree with the changes, whatever. So we'll see how it plays out, but North American server is going to be the lab rat for this patch. So before it hits the mainstream, which is the Russian server, the EU server. So funny, I want to get the Igor for free, the LTG, but it's not, compensated. So that sucks. Now there is a new vehicle on the SuperTest server. So this is the T29 Russian medium tank. So this is going to be Wargaming Anniversary free gift vehicle, similar to the BT7 artillery or the Kini, whatever you call it, or what's the other ones? No, not the T7 combat card. That's for Golden Joystick Award. You get the Vickers, the light tank Mark 6C. That's another one of them. So yeah, free stuff, free garage slot. But based on the initial stats, it has a short barrel, 76mm at tier 3. Now 76mm is actually quite devastating as a tier 3 weapon, because you could have played the T46 and that thing has a 76, like the 76 on the T34s. It hits pretty hard against tier 2s and other tier 3s, so like none other. So this tank might be worthwhile, but it seems like a low velocity 76mm, so you might have to lob the shell, but it's a free tank, so what are you complaining? Now historically, this vehicle is the successor to the T28, the tier 4 vehicle, so the Russians want to have a slightly wider track to help this vehicle traverse on different grounds. And it has air core tires, so similar to the Lorraine 40T-ish. So you can actually take off the tracks, and this thing could drive on roads with the wheels. So, fun aspect, but it lost to its competition, which is the KV-1. So that's the history behind it, but okay. So on North American server, we're getting Tech Rewards 2.0. So starting from last year's June or July, we got free stuff if we play the game and log on to Tech Rewards. So Tech Rewards basically means get 20,000 XP in a day and you get a check mark. So if you get like 35 check marks or something, you get a free tier 5 or tier 6. So for the marathon to the T44 100, I got the AC4 experimental as well because of Tank Rewards. So I really like this feature, and this diversify North American server from the rest of the server. So really liked it, and it gets a facelift. So I love it. But there is a small Easter egg, or not really a Easter egg, but for next month we're getting honoring General Abrams. So this kind of ties into the release, or soon to be released, Sherman Thunderbolt 7. So I already covered this vehicle, but you cannot have honoring Abrams event without having this vehicle. So this vehicle will be sold during the month of May. Highly likely, but I'm wishing that there's going to be a marathon for this vehicle. I'll happily do a tier 8 premium marathon like the T44 100, the IS-6, the T34 or WZ-111 for a tier 6. I'll happily do it if there's a event or marathon for it, but that's unlikely. But you will likely see this vehicle in the premium shop. So, fun fact. Now on April 11th, that was Serbs Birthday. So if you're new to World of Tanks community, SerB is the guy that nerfs everything. He is the lead designer for the game. So basically the original nerf to the IS-7, to the T30 from a tier 10 heavy tank. It was unplayable originally at tier 10. It was nerfed so bad, but then it got moved to a tier 9 tank destroyer spot where it's more applicable. So SerB was the main meme guy from that era, but if you know World of Tanks, you probably should have heard about this guy. So happy birthday to SerB. And finally, there was a lucky guy in UK. So he bought a Iraqi T54, or yeah, it should be Iraqi T54 for about $30,000. So he's in UK. He bought off the T54 in eBay, and he got, or he found out that he has roughly $2.5 million worth of gold ingots or gold bullions hidden in the fuel tanks of the T54. So yeah, that was pretty lucky. But then he called the cops and give the gold bars to the cops for some reason. Did not watch the full video, but yeah, that was kind of questionable. So he said that it's kind of weird for you to turn up to a bank and just give them, like, exchange a gold bullion for money. So they would thought that you're stealing it or something, but he called the cops and they took the gold bars away. Yeah. So I wouldn't have done that. I would just basically kept the gold bars and just try to, you know, give it to the mafia or something. I don't know. Not the government. Don't trust the government. So yeah, I would probably exchange the gold bars to some sort of currency. But since he already has like $30,000 for the T54 in the first place, so he's probably loaded. And if he's already probably loaded, I would probably buy more of the T54s from the buyer on eBay, just to be sure, you know. Be sure there's more gold bars. So they thought that the gold bars were Iraqi capture gold or loot from Kuwait during the Gulf War in 1990s or 91, whatever. So that was a long time ago, but it hid in the fuel tanks, and the mechanic, this guy's friend, the buddy, the mechanic, thought that the weight of the vehicle was a little bit over than the actual factory produced weight of the vehicle. So they thought it could be weapons hidden in the fuel tanks, which, based on British standards, was illegal. So they looked for it, they found gold. Whoops. So what have you done? What would you do with the gold bars? I probably would try to hide them, I guess, as heirlooms to my family or something, but if you already have $30,000, buy more. You're probably loaded, so buy more of the T54s and try to get more of the gold bars, but don't give it to the government. So basically, a word of advice. So if you're young or if you're old, don't trust the government, don't trust politicians, don't trust lawyers, and don't trust your doctor. Specifically American doctor. You can trust any other doctors, but American doctors, assholes. They charge you for stupid stuff like consultation to your medical treatment on your health bill. That's basically you talking to the doctor. That's consultation fee. That's bullshit. So don't trust doctors. But Mexican doctors, Canadian doctors are actually pretty good. So just don't trust American doctors. Filthy, greedy bastards. But don't trust politicians or the government. So let me know, what would you do with the gold that you found in the T54? But thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Was